Welcome to another episode of Founders Club. How did you overcome that?
It was hard. Then he ended up taking us for about $1.5 million.
Wow.
Some people fail many times before they become successful too.
Yeah.
So the pressure was on.
I'm excited by this one today. We are with Glenn Hargraves, who is the founder of Local Search, and also the co-founder of Winners Locker. And he employs over 300 people across both businesses. Is that correct?
Yeah, be about that. Yeah.
Awesome. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Tell us about both of your businesses.
Well, my current business, Winners Locker, that's I'm more involved in that at the moment. So that's been keeping me busy the last couple of years. Before that, I had sort of pulled back from Local Search, so I was sort of enjoying semi-retirement.
Yeah.
And from about 50.
That's cool.
So other than stock trading and a bit of real estate, that type of thing, I was sort of keeping a lower profile.
Yeah.
And then the idea of Winners Locker came up, and I was just sort of thought, just give this one a go. And
Cool.
It got me back into the entrepreneurial spirit a little bit. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Tell me about Local Search. What is that? What do you do at Local Search?
Local Search, I've stepped away from Local Search as far as just being a shareholder and going to board meetings, but I was actively involved in that for about, I would say, probably about 28 years, from the inception at 93. And so that's pretty much been my whole life, really, Local Search.
That's
in
cool.
business.
How did you come up with the idea of Local Search?
Local Search started as an idea. I worked I was in the US for a year, and around 92, and I went over there for social reasons, but I eventually started to need a job. I was spending too much money.
Yeah.
Just living, and I applied for this job, and it was a Yellow Pages sales representative job, and so I thought, I knew a little bit about the Yellow Pages,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, that can't be too hard to sell.
Yeah.
So I went for the job. I went for the interview, and got the job, and that sort of started this journey of working in the Yellow Pages industry. And I sort of gelled, and I enjoyed it, selling the product. So this company in the US I worked for they were a competitor to a bigger company. So in the markets I worked in, there was always two phone books. So I worked for the other phone book.
Okay.
But we all called ourselves Yellow Pages, so it was quite weird. We could also use that walking fingers trademark type of thing, but in Australia we couldn't do that here. But so I did that for that year, and it was a unique sort of business in as much as that the company I worked for, they would go into an area and break down smaller areas and do a more local version of that Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
And so I got to see a concept that was quite unique. And so when I got back to Australia, I thought, maybe that concept would work here. And by doing a smaller regional book in an area that the Telstra area covered. And so the concept was sort of, I was sort of thinking about that concept as soon as I got back, and just sort of grew legs from there.
Did you always have that entrepreneurial mindset?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Yes.
so, I guess, were you always like hustling when you were younger?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My mum and dad were hardworking people, and they always, I wouldn't say they had an entrepreneurial flair, but they were always hardworking. But they always taught me the value of hard work, and they taught me to save my money. So I got good habits very early. I got good habits with money, and I got good habits with work ethic. Which are two things that are very important.
That necessary.
But I was hustling. I was doing paper rounds back when there was paper deliveries. And
Yes.
I used to do. I grew up in Melbourne, so I used to deliver the Age, the Sun, the The Sun Herald, yeah, it was. I had a morning round and an afternoon round. So
Oh, wow.
I had no life.
Yeah.
But I was just focused, very savings orientated, and eventually as I got older, I was able to get into jobs that paid a bit more too.
Yeah.
And so that helped too. So always hustling, always doing something. So yeah.
And so when you came back with that business idea and you saw that it was needed here in Australia, you just went for it, and
absolutely.
Where did you launch?
We looked. I looked at all the markets. I looked at the Yellow Pages markets, and the market that really stood out for me was the Rockhampton, Mackay area.
Oh wow!
So because the Yellow Pages had a phone book that encompassed Rockhampton, Gladstone. Gladstone's about an hour south of Rockhampton, and then Mackay, which is a good 3 hours north of Rockhampton. And so I looked at that book and I thought, two things that stood out for me. I could get 2 books out of this. So two books. So we could give Mackay their own book and Rocky Gladstone their own book. And also the pricing that Yellow Pages had for that book, it was quite high. And I thought, geez, well, we could really come in on a really low price point. Yeah. And so we got the advantage of that, as well as the fact that we're going to give them their own phone book. Because I did some homework and I found that Rocky and Mackay didn't do much business with each other.
So this was in the 90s, right?
It was 93.
Yeah. That's when I was born.
93. So this is going back. And just sort of, that was the concept. And then we pretty much, I'd never been to Rockhampton other than making phone calls previous.
So how did you know about that market then?
I just got on the phone.
Right on the other side of the...
I was from Melbourne, but I mean, I just got on the phone and started ringing around businesses. I wanted to know if Mackay and Rockhampton did business with each other.
Yeah.
And I found that they pretty much didn't. They were separate, but they shared a book. And
so there's no need for the shared book.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, well, I will. At least we needed more. We knew it was going to be tough going up against them, so we needed as many selling features as possible. So that was a good selling feature, the fact that we could localise their area and give them something that's more more competitive price. And so.
So did you have to call every business? You had the Yellow Pages. Yeah. Every business in Mackay called and told them.
Pretty much everyone in the Yellow Pages. They would be a potential client. Yeah. So it was. When I look back now, I go, how did I do that? Honestly, I wouldn't have. I don't know if I'd have the energy to do that again. That was just another level of energy you needed.
Yeah.
And because we didn't have a phone book that we'd produced, I was carrying around a phone book from America. And I was saying it would be like this. This is it. Yeah. The company I used to work for, I was carrying one of their books around. Yeah. So we had to deal with all the objections. Okay, how long you been going? Who's backing you? Show us what you've done. Where have you done this anywhere else in Australia? Yeah. And it was like it was that. So I had to deal with that. And we're saying, well, this is.
How did you overcome that?
It was hard. Yeah. It was hard. But I was we just made it happen, and I would use the fact that a little bit of sales techniques to sort of get the clients by saying, look, see this directory here. If this takes off, you'll want to get a good position in there first. Mm-hmm. I can see you value your position in the Yellow Pages, and they go, yeah. You try to get them to agree on things, and then I would sort of work on that fact that let's get your position in place. So because this is going to do really well, and you're going to want to make sure a year's a long time to come back in next year, because in a print cycle, it's a year print cycle. Yeah. So I said, look, don't
be looking at this for a whole year long and try not to at the bottom.
That's it. It'd be worth a small investment to have just so you've got a presence.
Yes.
Because if people are using this book, can you afford not to be getting calls from them?
Yeah.
So there's all these sales tactics we'd use, and we would show evidence of how other people coming in, and it just snowballed a bit. Like cool. We ended up pulling $475,000 out of Rockhampton, Gladstone.
Wow.
Back in that period, 93, 94.
That's awesome.
So it covered all the costs of the print. It covered it.
Yeah.
And so we
how long did it take from you've decided to go to Rockhampton, and now you're calling all these businesses?
Yeah.
How long does it take before you can actually have the book ready? Is that like a 6 months, 12-month process?
12-month process. So I was selling in June 93. The book actually in Rockhampton and Mackay didn't come out until August. What was funny is our payment plan was this: we'd get a third deposit, third on proof, and a third on publication.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same system that that company I had in America when I worked
Was
for.
running, yeah.
And it was funny. Some people would be handing me this check in June, and in June '93, and the book didn't come out till August.
Yeah.
There was a lot of some were nervous.
That's right.
Some were very nervous. Can you imagine paying?
You didn't have to come back, right? You just run back to Melbourne and not show up.
No. We actually did. We were based in Rockhampton at that time. We were based. We were living there.
You were ready to.
We became locals, but
yes.
But at the same time, people were handing us money, and then we'd get a second payment on proof once we showed them their ad.
Yeah.
And but we had to set up the whole infrastructure, all the computer infrastructure. We had to figure out how to put this thing together in the same time while we're selling it. So it was, the pressure was on, massively.
Yeah, there's so many things logistically. Like there was no Canva back then, right? We just throw things in, it can automatically align perfectly, and
we had to put together an 800-page phone book, and we had numbers, we had listings, we had so many things to put together in such a short time, and when I look back, I go, I don't know if, like I said, I'm surprised if I knew too much, I would have scared myself out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But because I was full of enthusiasm, and this is my chance.
Yeah.
It was there's no turning back.
I mean, that's similar to me with this business. When I look back at my original stuff and I look at even the gear that I had, I was like, what made me think that I could sell this to someone? Because it's so bad quality, nothing is good. But obviously, there was something there that I was able to convince people to buy, and was able to grow and invest and learn from that. So that's cool. When you go in with a little bit of ignorance, you don't know how big the mountain is until you're halfway up there and it's not ended.
No, but it's a very interesting journey, that one. But nothing comes easy.
Yeah,
that's for sure. You have to but you can't have any quitting you. You have to just keep pushing forward.
And how'd you get through all the technology changes?
Well, back then we obviously our first phone book had the yellow and the black ink and the red ink, and then we added colour to it. So it was sort of not. When you look back, it was a lot of technology for that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what we had to learn. But then, when you look at the big change that occurred when things like the iPhone 3 came out and Google started appearing. That was a totally different transition. That took years to change, and that was quite intimidating, just because we could see the shift.
Yeah.
It was shift. It was slow at first, but from the iPhone 3, it just started to move a little bit. Businesses were still caught up in the print.
Yes.
That was still their main form of advertising. But there was a shift. It was just slow at first. And then we had to just start thinking about it and respecting it, because it started to speed up.
Yeah.
As the phones got better and people started to shift their habits into the phones.
Yes. Did you have to hire the right people to... did you upskill your current staff to understand the market, or did you just hire people that understood Google and...
Well, you know what? It was everyone was learning.
Yes, that's
so
right.
you're employing people that had basic tech experience, but they were also learning. So it was a scramble. We were all scrambling. It was so there wasn't not like now. There's people were you get people that are qualified, but back then everyone was learning at the same time.
That's right.
And we had to learn fast. But it was intimidating, very intimidating.
Was there a moment where you're like, okay, we're not going to do the print, we're going to focus 90% of our effort into the online, and we're going to... What was it like making that decision?
Well, the thing with it is even when you look at when the iPhone came out first, it was around 2007 maybe? 2007, the 3?
Yes.
I think that's about... Can you recall?
I think
it's somewhere around.
Right? Yeah.
Sounds right about there. When you think about from that point where we started to transition, it was slow. It was slow. We started introducing websites around about 10, 11, building people, giving them the option that, okay, websites are important.
Yeah.
But even at that early stages, there were some people that embraced it, and there's others that said no, they didn't want to spend. They said, oh, yeah, it's nice to have, but not have to have.
Yeah.
It's not like that. urgency. So when you look at the transition, we tried to listen to the market the whole way by still protecting our print, because print still was strong.
Yeah.
But it was like we had to have both products eventually.
Yeah.
And now we're at this stage now where we're virtually
All digital.
Print's, it's all digital. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's print's really nothing.
And so now today, what services do you guys offer?
Well, we obviously everything to do with digital. Everything from, we can help everyone pretty much navigate anywhere on the Google space.
Yeah.
Make their business be seen digitally. We build websites, like massive amount of websites. We help people rank and found when they search on Google.
Mm-hmm.
We do social media campaigns. We do Google campaigns. We host emails. We host all their emails. We're full in house.
Yeah. So everything. Digital.
Everything to do with digital we do, and so it's a lot more. It's a lot more complicated now. This business. It's very complicated now, but it's a.
I think another disruption's coming up, right?
What
AI?
do you mean? AI.
So like for us and with videography and photography, there's a lot that's happening that we need to be ahead of and know how to use. How does that affect you guys?
AI, at this point, it's sort of very early stages. Like the AI I'm seeing now is more the fun stuff coming through on the internet with
cool videos.
Trump being a baby and talking a lot like Trump, but as a baby.
Yeah.
All the funny stuff's coming out. A lot of comedy.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of AI comedy. It's something that's gonna. It's like evolving and eventually probably get some traction. So in a business sense. So I'm still yet to see how it will affect us just yet. Whether it helps us, whether it helps us, or whether we can reduce our head count, that type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether that's sort of something that would be benefit potentially if you can make money off it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the other, it's crazy. Like Gary Vee was saying that there'll become a day where there's no Google search and it's just AI search where you just talk to your phone and the phone will give you the recommendations without having to actually scroll and do research.
Okay.
But there's a.
I don't know about. Who knows? Who knows?
That's right.
Google's pretty powerful.
It is. And I mean, now when you do a Google search, at the top of it, often there's a Gemini response.
There is I've been finding that sometimes too now, though, there's an AI overview.
Yes.
So
if you search a topic, it'll give you the AI summary.
And you think, and I've checked it, and sometimes you go, oh, okay, if they've done their best.
Yeah.
It's not super accurate,
That's
but
right.
I mean, they've done their best. They'll probably get better at it. But because our local search is more of we connect buyers with businesses, trades, that type of thing. So it's a different list view that comes up.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like a business list view because people are. Who knows? I think Google will be pretty protective of that.
Yeah, they're making some money off their AdWords
because
and Google My Business.
They've got a lot of things.
That's
and
very true.
But it could affect other businesses differently to ours, sort of thing. Because I mean, our most of our small business clients they're not super schooled in tech. And they leave that to us.
Yes.
So they just want to do their job. They want to be if they're plumbing business, electrical, anything like that, builder. They just want to be good at what they do.
Yeah.
So they leave all that stuff to us. So we just want to make sure they've got a presence online and that they can find and clients can find them. So.
Awesome. You said you had retired fairly young. How did you work yourself out of the business so you could take that time off?
Just by because we had more, I guess I had my younger brother Daniel. He was coming up and he was he was showing a lot of promise, and he's just having key people in place where you can remove yourself. It took a bit of a transition, but just was able to remove myself, which was very nice.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard generally to do that, but it gave me a lot more freedom. So,
that's cool.
And I just and at the same time, 27, 28 years in the business, you do get, I was a little bit tired. I was a bit tired. I mean, I'm not the most super techie person. I understand it, but it's not.
You didn't start the business as a tech business,
no,
right?
no.
Yeah.
Even though even my latest business is it's very techy, but it's as long as you have the right people in place.
Yeah.
Because it's a team effort at the end of the day. You've got to have all the right people. But we do have a way bigger headcount of tech people than we used to have.
Yeah,
like, it's a
sure.
very big part of our business now.
Yeah. So Winners Locker. Winners Locker?
Yep.
How did you find that? How did you get the team together?
Winners Locker. That's funny because my daughter's partner has always come to me with ideas. His name's Jerome.
Yes.
And he's always, hey Glenn, what do you reckon of this? What do you... And I'm going, oh, no, not feeling it, man, not feeling it. But I wanted to encourage him, because I like the fact that he's thinking. And so I'd been having all these ideas come to me for about a couple of years. And I'm going, not feeling it, not feeling it, nah, not feeling it. I want to help him out, but I'm not feeling it,
Yeah.
He finally came to me with an idea that I go, okay.
You connected with and
keep talking.
Yeah.
And it started off as we wanted to give people VIP sports experiences in Australia, the top games where we have them, where we get a corporate box and it's all food catering and the top games, and we wanted to have members that could have members that could win that experience, and it started off as like that, and I said, okay, yep, I'm feeling it, and then I thought, well. Then I looked at the market, and I looked at the players in the market, and there's a lot of car giveaways, that type of thing. Yeah. And I'm going, okay, if we're going to do this, let's do it properly. So we thought, well, we introduced the car straight away, and then the sports giveaways were part of it as well.
Yeah.
So that's how it sort of started, and it just was pretty much, here we go. We got the right people. Where Jerome, he was keen. We had another guy that was, he's an absolute weapon in tech. And so I put it all together from there, and it's just been growing from there.
That's awesome. I guess tell us, how does that business model work?
Winners Locker works, what it is, it's a membership club. So we have people that subscribe to be part of Winners Locker, and there's 3 tiers. And so if someone spends $20 a month, that's the basic tier, they'll get 2 entries into every draw, and every month those entries accumulate, so they never reset. So the longer you're with us, the chances improve. And then we have a tier that's 50, and then we have a tier that's 100, and the entries increase based on those tiers. And there's also other benefits that come, like discount benefits that come by being a member. So it's that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I think most people join for the fact that they can win something. Yeah. And every 2 weeks it's a life-changing thing. Like we just gave the last person that just won could have taken this Black Raptor, Range Raptor. It was one of the best ones.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was a weapon, absolute weapon. We modded it up. It was fantastic. So they opted for the cash.
Yeah. Do people often opt for the cash?
Lately, yes. Yeah, like I was literally going to take that car, that Black Raptor, but the word got out and someone offered us a fair bit for it, and I said we can have it. Yeah. It wasn't. I mean, I've got a Hilux Rogue, which is my truck type of car, and I thought, I'd rather put the money back in the business anyway. So But that doesn't mean we're going to make another one, though.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to do. We will do exactly that. That Raptor was so good and we had a really good response that we're going to bring it back.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you see a different response depending on the vehicle or the giveaway?
Yeah. We're always looking at what's working. We're always trying to read what people like, and we do ask them, the members, say, what car do you think we should bring in? But there are certain cars that resonate, and that Black Raptor we'll get another one modded up and made up just like that. Yeah. So it's probably about a 3-4 month sort of time frame. Once you get the car, it goes in and all that. So you're always going to be thinking ahead. But and maybe I might get that car eventually.
Yeah, that's right. So how do you source the giveaway, like the cars?
We either we've been, when we first started, we were doing a lot of Hiluxes. So we just went direct through Toyota. Yeah. Ford, we had a good contact with them, and also good contact with Ford, and if we look for more European cars, I source them more Australia-wide because I'm looking for one that's just right.
Yeah.
For us. And so we're getting better at it. We're getting better at choosing the right cars, and then our marketing's on point.
Yeah.
That's been getting better. It's just completely on point. So, I think everything's sort of going quite well at this point. It took obviously it took a lot of capital to get it going, and but we got to a point now where it's a full-fledged business now. But like I said, nothing comes easy.
Yeah.
But I think we've, I think it'll continue to get better as we go.
That's exciting. Across both your businesses, what has been one of your greatest learnings about entrepreneurship?
I don't know. It's the thing with it is it's all about having the right idea that works in the marketplace, and then having the right team behind you to do it, and always having that can-do attitude, just striving to always do the right thing by your customer. They want to see value, so just basic things in business that you just need to be good at.
How do you find the right people to work?
So with Winners Locker, we were lucky there. We had the right people at the right time, just the right people, and it's been great. I mean, there's been a couple of people come and go, but our core group are still there. That was very good. That was lucky, in a way. Local search, it's been so many people come and go over that period.
Across the years.
Yes, so many people. There's a lot more movement there, but that took a lot. That was harder because it's bigger.
Yeah,
it's a big business, that one. It's a lot of moving parts, but it's you're always looking for the right people. But I'm lucky with Winners Locker. We've got a really good team there, so very fortunate for that. That.
Have you had any big mistakes in business?
Yes.
Could you share one or two experiences with us?
Big mistakes. Look, with local search, we had a lot of opposition from Yellow Pages during that period, for the whole period.
Yeah.
They didn't like competition, so we were getting litigated constantly. That was sort of hard because you're funding legal fees, and you're still trying to operate your business, and they're trying to strangle us, with legal fees. So we dealt with litigation for about a decade.
Wow.
We eventually won.
Awesome.
We eventually won because it was over the colour yellow.
Oh, okay.
They didn't want us using yellow paper, and so it came down to that, and
so
we ended up winning. But that was more opposition against us. Like I said, trying to take us down.
That's right.
But mistakes, you make little mistakes. You make mistakes with some people you put on. We had an accountant that we put on. I thought it was great, and he ended up taking us for about $1.5 million.
Wow.
He ended up doing some jail time.
That's crazy.
So you get some people that you think that they've got your back and they're honest.
So you can trust them.
And then we find out that he's actually set himself up on the side.
Yeah. What did you feel when how did you find that out? How did you guys know?
It was funny. He had done it before to another business, but in New South Wales. So he was off the radar a little bit, but somehow word got out that you should look into this guy's background. And that's when it started. We looked into his. We saw what he'd done jail time for fraud.
Oh, wow!
And we sort of confronted him, and he was playing. Oh no, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. But when we started looking,
things weren't adding up.
Yeah, things weren't adding up, mate. There was he was in control of a different bank credit card, and he was living a lifestyle. He bought 2 houses. He was going great.
That's crazy.
And he was on a good salary too.
So he was ready to get compensated well. He decided to double it or more, right? But wow.
It just shows you, like we've had things like this. But that was the worst of it. We've had little things like that too. But just people. It does make you a little bit guarded.
Yeah, I bet.
A little bit guarded on because people like even to this day, like I'm in my 50s now, and like you have to. You've seen everything. You've seen all the worst of people,
Yes.
And some people just will surprise you. So you have to be a little bit careful with things.
Yeah. That's great. That's a crazy story. It's good to see that you've survived through all of that. So.
Yeah, no, we've survived. We've survived. It's been a journey, hell of a journey, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say to new business owners that are trying to break into the market?
Look, you see, there's always a new business opening up.
Yes.
I take my hat off to anyone in small business that starts a business, like yourself, even. Like, I mean, you've got your this business, this video business where you're doing. You've created something 5 years going. So anyone that takes the leap. Bottom line is you've got to be good at what you do. You got to, and if you enjoy it, it's even better. If you enjoy what you're doing, that's so much more fun.
Because you put in so many extra hours that if it's something you don't like to do, you're not going to do it. You're not going to put in those
and you obviously enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's right, isn't it? And so you've got a passion for it, and you've taken the leap. You must have worked for someone, did you, or were you subbing?
I had a separate business.
Yeah, okay.
So I studied marketing and international business, but I had a business with my brother. Yeah. Which I did a lot of the videography work and photography from that, and so I was like, that's what I want to do more. Yeah. And so it's evolved into this now, where you've got a small business. So
I take my hat off to anyone that takes that leap from the 9 to 5 grind, because it is a difficult and somewhat scary for people. Yeah. Because you lose that safety net of that regular income coming through, don't you, to a certain degree, and you got more. You got expenses, you got everything that goes with running a business. So, and you got to. Yeah,
you got people that rely on you.
Yeah. And some people fail. A lot of people fail, and some people fail many times before they become successful too. Yeah. So it's some, and some people fail and never recover too. You know what I mean? They go back into the job, the 9 to 5 thing again. So I've had my vulnerable moments. I mean, local search was definitely, when we first started, was vulnerable for a little few years, because we had the threat of Yellow Pages always having a crack at us. Yeah. And we're at the same time we didn't have someone backing us, so it was organic growth. And so where with Winners Locker, I had a lot of capital to cover that and to make it continue no matter what. And it took 18 months. So to get to a stage where it's running on its own. Yeah. Without capital. So, but local search didn't have that luxury. But that was a miracle, really, what we did there.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
And for the small businesses, when they look at the digital landscape, what's the order of priorities of which they should tackle things?
Look, for example, I'm helping my daughter, who's a tattooist. We just bought a little building down in Broadbeach. Cool. And we're going to set up a studio there, tattoo studio there. So I've told her, the first thing we said, we're going to build a website. Yeah. And so we've got a website on foot right now. That's the basic, your online shop front. So she's putting it together now. So it takes 2 or 3 months to get it all right, and then you got to keep on improving it and see what add things if you need it. But yeah, the website's the first thing, and then from there you just if you got the budget, then you can do things like advertise, that type of thing. So that's more or less the first thing you do. And get it, obviously, she needs an Instagram presence too. So that's another part too. So because that's in her business, Instagram. That's the portfolio. Yeah, that's where people can go, and there's a lot of she sort of runs it like that now with the Instagram. So even doing a little bit of TikTok too. So there's a lot of things you got to cover. But so she's about to start that leap sort of thing. Into a shop front, actually employing people. Yeah, having other more liabilities. Having tattooists work there. So I'm going to help with that transition. So
exciting.
Yeah.
And what's the best bit of business advice you've ever received?
I've read a lot of books. A lot of books about just books you buy, self-help books about
Yes.
business and stuff. So I've found a lot of things just reading. When I was younger, I've read a lot of books.
What's your most influential book?
You know what? I've read The Millionaire Next Door. I've read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
I've read a lot of those type of books, and then just self-help books. The attitude you've got to have, the mindset, everything. Like you got to think success.
Yes.
You got to think. It's very important that you have that concept. You wake up every morning and you're ready to conquer the next day, type of thing. So you got to get that concept. So, but I mean, obviously, you admire people that are. Other than that, like I think, my mentors were, I didn't have any real people I grew up with that were in business type of thing that I could sort of get. I wasn't fortunate in that way, but yeah, just fortunately, there's so many good books out there you can read.
Yeah.
That's if you have to be interested in that stuff, though. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, but that was like for me, it was like that I go, this is great.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. I want more of this, So
That's right, and that drives your. I guess because your passion is business, right, and entrepreneurship. So when you read that, it just fuels that passion.
Yeah, definitely. You realise that I've got some inherent habits here that are good, and it's just developing them. So yeah. So I guess for me, I was never really. I always thought about I'm not going to go to uni. I left in year 11.
Yeah.
At school. I didn't think school for me wasn't a fit. I need money to motivate me.
Yeah.
And that was the struggle with school.
You weren't getting paid to study, so.
So, yeah, no, that sort of wasn't my thing. I'm glad I left in year 11.
Yeah.
Some people were saying,
oh,
why you leave in year 11? You could really affect your future, Glenn, your career prospects, and it was like just water off a duck's back. I'm going, you don't know what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
That's how my attitude back then was. You wouldn't have a clue what I'm capable of, and I actually learnt faster in life when I left school. I started to really smarten up then.
Yeah.
So. And then I was obviously still figuring out what I'm going to do, though.
Yeah, that's right. But you knew you had the drive, and
I knew something would happen.
Learning, yeah.
I knew something. I was always thinking, looking, and just working at that time, saving. That's all I knew at the time. So, but yeah, I'm just grateful that the right things turned up at the right time.
Yeah. Any final bit of advice for business owners?
I don't know, just take my hat off to anyone that has a go in business, because it's never easy.
Yeah.
It's never easy, and but people want to better their lives, don't they? So just keep trying and do the right. Like I said, it's always about looking after your customers, and it's very forgiving business. Like that's one thing I've learned. It's very forgiving. Like you don't have to be perfect, that's for sure. Like your clients are forgiving, but you just got to look after them the best you can.
Yeah.
And if you're good at what you do, then that's even better. Like if you have to, like for yourself. I mean, you're obviously passionate about what you're doing with your videography, and I'm sure you're pretty good at it too.
I think we're the best. So.
That becomes your advertising, doesn't it?
That's right. Well, thank you so much for joining me with this conversation. I really enjoyed it, and I learned lots. So.